You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're all fired. All four are fired.
Well, kind of. Instead of being the boss of the boardroom over at Trump Tower, President Trump is now holding court at the Resolute desk in the Oval Office. Take a look at some of these images. One European leader after another lined up around the president, pressed to the front of their chairs like they were at the kiddie table around Thanksgiving, jockeying to get a seat at the big boy table, the one where the commander-in-chief is dictating the next moves. Boldness is back at the White House. Picture says 1,000 words, right? Not only can you see the difference, you can feel it. All these other leaders gathered around one man, taking in his every word, every thought. Reminds me of that moment back in June when a reporter asked the NATO Secretary General, Mark Rutte, about Donald Trump saying that dealing with Israel and Iran was like two kids in a schoolyard, just fighting it out.
Like two kids in a schoolyard, you know, they fight like hell. You can't stop them. Let them fight for about 2-3 minutes, then it's easier to stop them.
And then Daddy has to sometimes use strong language.
You have to use strong language. Every once in a while you have to use a certain word.
Yes, Daddy's home now. A notion that the president himself did not really shy away from, let's say that.
Mark Rutte, the NATO chief, who is your friend, he called you Daddy earlier. Do you regard your NATO allies as kind of children?
No, he likes me. I think he likes me. If he doesn't, I'll let you know. I'll come back and I'll hit him hard, okay? No? He did it very affectionately. Daddy, you're my daddy.
Do you regard your...
Secretary of State had a good time with that one. What a contrast to just 14 months ago. Remember when that guy was commander-in-chief? Joe Biden had many of these same European leaders all surrounding him. But let's just say it was under like slightly different circumstances. They were trying to gently or not so gently nudge him back into the photo op there in Normandy. The leader's trying to be compassionate, I suppose, prevent the old guy from literally wandering off into the woods or the water or wherever he was going. Let's be honest. Folks from other nations had no real responsibility to blow the whistle on Joe's cognitive decline. That's not their job. This was up to the mainstream media back home. You know, the so-called watchdogs, more like sleeping dogs. They instead claimed that video was a deep fake and covered up Joe's decline. The very same fake news that has now spent the last few days savaging President Trump over and over. No wonder why Caroline Levitt ripped him a new one today.
From the beginning of this entire process, much of the left-wing media has been actively rooting against the President of the United States in the pursuit of peace. The so-called experts in the foreign policy establishment, whose record is nothing but endless wars, trillions of wasted taxpayer dollars, and dead Americans, have the nerve to try and lecture President Trump, who has solved 7 global conflicts in 7 months, about peace.
You don't have to take it from her. It's there for the entire world to see. This president rolling up his sleeves, doing the hard work to try and get peace.